Hello everybody and welcome back to Oakbridge Farms. So we're starting off the episode by selling some of our products because we still have a good price. So we might as well get rid of these and boost the bank balance. So, whoa, 120,000 plus our environmental score. That was a very good score. Well, a very good payment. We've also received payment from the BGA as well. So that's helped out towards our finances. And next we're going to go get our wooden products and then we can get them sold, and then we're going to look at wood chips. These bollards here, I always am getting caught on them, but yeah, we're going to go get a chipper. We'll chip up some of those small trees and we'll have a look at if there's any other trees that we want to get rid of whilst we've got it, and then we can sell our wood chips. You'll also notice if you look, I have changed the configuration of the wagon. I've got rid of those middle front wheels. Reason for that is turning circle was horrendous. It just wouldn't do any sort of a circle. You had to use the whole yard to be able to turn around. So that's why they've disappeared. So, released the straps, another 35,000. So we've gone, I think when I opened up this save game we were £8,000 and now we've shot back up to 206. So that's over 200,000 in a very, very short space of time. So we'll get this back to the yard. I don't think there's any other products which we can. I will just have a quick check. Well, nothing I want to sell, put it that way. We have also sold all our digestate, so that's all gone, so that's now producing more, so it means that will keep going. That does need another thing of silage. I don't know whether just to do that off camera, because we need to do another load of silage, because I would like to get this cow barn something like. This is so much nicer now I've taken off those other wheels. You can actually turn and it's responsive. So that was a very good, well, very bad decision to put them on, but a good decision to take them off. It was just one of them where I thought, is there too much tyre, as it were, in contact with the ground? Is that why I was having problems? And it must be, because now we're able to move fairly easily. So let's just swap that to the trailer, like so. We can drop that off there. And where is the John Deere? It should really, here it is. We really need to look at trying to sort this yard out a bit because it looks a bit of a mess. There's our dolly, that's out of the way. So, if we get this trailer, we can then go get a load of silage and put it into our cow barn. What I am thinking here is I'm going to have a look at, because there is the herdman stick mod on Mod Hub. Because what I would like, I should say, is this water buffalo shed can only hold, I think it can only hold 50. Yes, this can only hold 50, whilst our other shed can do 150. So I would like to change this to milking cows and then put all our water buffalo over into the new shed to go and do 150 water buffalo in there. So for the meantime, I will put 50 cows, just normal milking cows, into here. Can I jump this? Yes. So let's go 50. Okay, let's go to 150. Let's hold this down. So 50 of these in here, and then they will all be transferred over. So that's 12 and a bit £1,000. Where are our little calves? I do love they've now got this, now got smaller, you know, the progression of the animal's growth instead of just buying like 0-month-old animals and then getting huge ones. Right, with that done, we want to go fill this up with silage, give them some silage, and they also want some straw because they can contribute towards that manure pit. Yes, towards that manure pit, I think, because I was planning on taking that out because I don't understand what's going on in this barn, but there's no point getting rid of it. We're missing out on a load of manure, but I'm sure we'll find that somewhere. So first bucket going in. These JCB attachments are the best. I think a normal bucket's, is it 2,000 or 3,000, and a muck grab's tiny as well, so at least it just makes this a bit more feasible for your telehandlers, because they're a lot cheaper than going for a low loader. What I should have said is they're a lot cheaper than a wheel loader. We're almost done here now. It's so nice that you can now feed them silage. And there we go. There is the last bucket in there. So I forget what that is. I think it's 30. Is it 30 odd thousand? So it's a decent amount that you can put into there. But we'll go tip this, and then we have to fill it up with straw. Oh, wrong way. We'll just turn around here. So let's get that tipping. And it was 37,500 that trailer holds. I would really like to get the Bailey trailers. I've got them downloaded on here. I just don't know whether they would be something that's worth using on another series. Obviously I don't know when I'm going to change from this series though, but I'm kind of hoping to stay on this for as long as possible. I know I've nigh on given up with Star Always, which is a shame because I really did like that map. But what are we going to do with this remaining? Can we tip into here with this? Yes, brilliant. So let's put that there, we'll tip that into there. Like so. And then we need to get the straw blower because I'm sure that these cows need some more straw, and that new shed certainly does. So they are now full of straw, they're full of food, so we can leave them be for the time being. We will just nip to here, we'll get this other bale back out of here. It's a very sensitive trigger, if you push them ever so slightly in, you then lose them. So that's what I wanted there, that bale. With that now we'll park this back up in here, because it just keeps it somewhat out of the way. Should really concrete that little bit there. Because the ground gives... Oh! The ground gives way. I know with that snow it provided a real big ledge just in front of that silage clamp, which was rather annoying. But anyways, these cows look like they could do with some more food. The only thing I need to be careful of is I don't want to put too much TMR into here. Oh, I've just filled that other one with silage. That was a rookie mistake, wasn't it? So what's in here? Food. Oh, there's still 10,000 litres in here. Well, we will get our little, where's the Red Rock trailer's got a little bit in, so we can fill that up, and that will mean that we've taken 2 loads out of our mixer, so that will need a fill up at some point. Right, let's top this up and we'll go fill the water buffalo. I'm just trying to think what's the best thing to do. If we leave those cows until they get old enough to reproduce, or we can leave them for a year, and then before they reproduce we want to make sure we shift them into this shed and then move the other ones over. That's probably the best thing to do, because our water buffalo, was it 25 or 26 months it takes for them to reproduce? So for our youngsters that are in here, it leaves a fair bit of time. It would just be the old ones that we need to be sure are all alright. Right, so that into there. Let's tip. What are the chickens like? Oh, the sheep need food. The chickens could possibly do with some. So whilst we're there, we'll jump into this. The sheep have well and truly eaten their paddock's worth. But I'm sure was there a glitch in the early game of where the sheep paddocks, they were, come on, where the meadow wasn't regrowing come the summer. So I hope that's not the case here, and that this will regrow for us, because that was very handy. Oh, look at all. I think it's every hour we're getting nigh on a full load of wool. But let's put that down into there. Let's go get some more. Make sure this is fully topped up. And then we'll just leave these 2 in the trigger just to make sure that this keeps going. But it feels like to me, because the skid steer wasn't good enough down here, and this front loader just isn't, well, it's not heavy enough in the back end for grass bales, which is quite surprising. But so let's leave that there. So the chickens, I think they'll do another month. They're full. So the goats, look at their meadow. It's rammed, is that? Whilst, well, like I said, they only had 1,000 litres left. And by giving the chickens some food, this is the final job for this month. So this will go to the BGA, and then we'll nip back, feed the chickens, and then we'll move on. And that should bring us into being able to start planting some poplar, which is something that I've been very keen to do from the very start, especially with the increase in wood chip prices. Wood chip last month was worth the most, and it's now £4,000 beneath max value. So I don't think it's worth chipping just yet, but it does also mean that by the time we come to its grows, because it takes over a year to grow, that we will miss the best time. So we'll be sitting on our wood chips for a fair while. So we'll get this dumping into. Oh, that's empty. Is that completely empty? That's interesting. Let's get that tipping and make sure it's still working. So silage is activated. And I don't know why it keeps flicking between slurry and silage like that. I think it wants to stay, as slurry. So we'll get this back to the farm, and we'll get the case onto, whichever. We need to bring the case back anyways, but we'll get the case onto one of our trailers and fill the chickens up, and then we'll move on. We're just shy, as you can see, just shy of 6,000 litres in our silo at this farm. So that will, I would think, do just to make sure that we're fine. So whilst that's doing that, we will nip back to the house, visit, and we should be able to sleep till 8 a.m. And good morning. So let's just leave this trailer here we want to get this. Yeah, no more space for pallets of wool. No more space for pallets of wool. That's all I ever see now. So this wants to, if we just line this up here, we'll go jump in the John Deere and we'll get that to follow it. We'll have to rehire our worker that we've had, they've been on furlough. So it is Alt F, no, which one is it? Control F. What's follow me again? I ain't used it for a while now. Right, Control X, right, Control F. That's the one I want to do. So I think we'll hold it. There we go. So let's get out of there. Brilliant. And we will make our way to the shop. We'll have to hire a lime spreader, whilst also hiring the planter and buying a load of poplar pallets. And we may even purchase another field in this episode. So if we just wait here, our other tractor has stopped. Worker must be on strike then, must not like me, considering that they had no winter work. So we need this. We will go with the extension to make sure we fill it up. So that is 14, so we need 7 bags of lime for that. Is it worth getting the spreading disc lease? Yeah, okay, so we'll get that. That then needs combinations. No. So if we go onto here, we want 7 bags of lime. So we know that's now full. And then we want to find it'll be under trees, I reckon. Here we go. So we want to lease this. And then does that combinations, poplar. I don't honestly know how many we'll need of these, but if we buy 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll probably put that onto, we'll put the planter onto the case, I think, because the case has the front weight still on it. So we will quickly go and fill everything of these up, because this may take a little, it will probably take a little bit of time to do all this. And we're full. So we'll get the John Deere first over to field. I always forget what numbers they are. Field 2. Oh. Glad that's not our forklift. We'll get the John Deere over to field 2. We'll put him onto a worker, and then we'll come back and get the case, and then we can do poplar. And what I am going to do is we need more grassland, which I know field 11 is grass at the moment, but it's 284. So we are going to buy field 3, and then we are going to just pay for purchase soil samples, which that field is brilliant. We've got loam and sandy loam, which obviously loam being the best, just a shame the big block of it in the middle is sandy loam. I'm going to do what we have done, which I'll just jump cut it, what we have done here, where we have put a new gate in. I'm going to do that for our new field so we can access everything from the top. So let's put that onto a worker. Yes, we're going to just jump into construction mode, because I just want to give the worker a chance to get as much done spread into here, and then I am going to put the worker on planting, because I'd like it to be as uniformed as possible. Right, B. Can I? So I think if the gate goes into here somewhere, so down to, I think they're 150s. Where are we? There we are. No, wrong way. Like so. And then now we'll put the hedge in, and that will be, we really need this big field, because that's land not owned by me. Unless we do on that side. Oh, that's annoying. Right, we're not going to do that. We are going to put a fence in. I need to try and find this fence now. Like so. So now we have another access point into here. We'll just paint it up and I will go get the case. We'll just wait for the John Deere to get past. He's almost done. He's just got this line is on that bottom, and then he'll finish in that corner, which will be perfect to go through that gate in the bottom to get into the next field. Well, that's not a bad little screenshot. Or is that better? Well, there's one thing. You'll find out when I do the thumbnail. Right, so now we're here. We'll hire a worker. Let's hop over to the John Deere. We can take you off there. Let's just put you onto steering assist just to finish off this last bit. And then we can make our way. It hasn't used too much lime, which is good. And then we can make our way into our grass field.
É o meu mano LG, só pra criminoso e criminosa, nossa. Mal complexão, meu mano, tudo aqui na visão, avisa que o morro tá lindo. Que no morrão tá tudo lindo e tá tudo normal. Só falta se atravessar, vai entrar no metal. XRI do ano na busca pra marolar. O movimento tá fluindo, tem que aproveitar. Bucanas e gelo de coco, o cordão é de ouro. E como sempre na favela, nós tá pesadão. Bloque rajadão na cintura, freio da viatura. Cabelo branco, camisa da seleção. A quem passou, os meninos do corre da Glock de seletor. Fechamento é minha Glock que nunca me abandonou. Se ela quer bandida é só deixar ela brotar. Nós é o controle do
we still haven't purchased all the land that in 22 that you'd start off with in new farmer mode. We're slowly making our way. We'll have to get that field in front of us there with the horse jumps. We'll have to buy that at some point. But that is this field done, and I'm just hoping, is it still grass? Or is it... I don't think it's anything, is it? Let's go... Where is grass? It'll be up. Right, where is grass? Grapes, olives, grass, there we go. So it's nothing. Right, okay, I'll have to drill grass into here then. Oh dear. My thoughts with this field, putting this into a grass field, we could put it into an arable, but we need more grass. Is this one could be just our grass bales and hay bales, purely because then you can lead a lot more away from here if you're putting these into grass and into hay. And then silage will be that bit of a bank that we've got just beneath the farm, which I think I've been saying we'll plough that up, and we haven't got round to that. That then can become our silage field with it being so close to the yard. Look at that, how poplar it's going in. That's going to take some time, I think, to get all that in. It certainly won't be this episode by the time it's done, but the main thing is we've started. So this remaining lime, we can tip this out here because there shouldn't be a lot at all, and then we can get rid of this spreader, I think, because that should be every field has had lime on it now. So let's go soil types, pH, lime. Has that had lime? I can't see why I wouldn't have done. Let's click onto here. Has it had lime? I don't know how you tell, but my environmental score doesn't seem to have gone up at the minute because we're only getting a 3% bonus. But I think it's after we harvest, that's when it will then go up. I'm not going to put tram lines into field 3, being a grass, and this is the one down here that I wanted to, that we should really plough it up, get some good grass into there. But right, let's not that one. This one, vehicles. So that's our spreader. Let's return that. That is the planter, and that's all. Oh, we're building up a lot of equipment, put it that way. But nothing's really worth anything. I don't think anything's worth 100,000. That should be one of our next investments, is doing that. And then in the next episode, sunflowers can go in, and then we'll do the grass in the next episode as well, which I know we could possibly do. Where is it now? We could possibly do, we can do grass this episode, but we don't have a drill. And I don't really want to get the drill and then hold it for a month until we do our sorghum, which is next month. But saying that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have all liked and enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye for now.